We had a problem. We wanted to increase the production value of our cords and all the headaches that come with adding additional cameras. That's when a colleague of mine introduced me to the BirdDog P200. He showed me that with one Cat5 cable connected over NDI over the network, he could control, receive video, and power that camera, all with one cable. Since then, we have now added 3 BirdDog P200s, the new PH120, as well as 2 BirdDog Studios, bringing them all over the NDI network with one input into our vMix production. This has been huge to help keep cables and help to a minimum, help keep our costs down and increase the production value for our client, which was our ultimate goal. As we travel from show to show, sometimes we only have a couple of hours to get set up. So having the ability to set each camera up with just one cable and not have to source out power outlets, power cords and everything else that goes along with it, it helped keep our setup time to a minimum while still allowing us to add more cameras for the production. The quality of the camera and the footage is incredible, and being able to control all these over the NDI network with one input makes it a no-brainer for us to use the BirdDog products. With the ability to place these cameras virtually anywhere, it allows us to bring in more camera angles and give us more freedom to place those cameras where we need them the most. It's an interview on the arena or the action from up above or down below. We can capture any angle with minimum cables. When one of my
My name is Ronika Rakilic. We are at Club Capitol Hagen. It's a nightclub based in Germany, Hagen. And I started here working as a lighting technician. But over the years, I also became resident DJ, did the video stuff, and implemented the video equipment for live streaming. When COVID hit Germany, all nightclubs had to close here. And we thought how we could reach our audience in other ways. So we decided to start live streaming. We looked for a solution which fits our needs and chose BirdDog. Our P400 system works via NDI and PoE. That means we only need one cable per camera. At our fully equipped nightclub here, it's very difficult to install new cables. So this one cable per camera solution made it very easy for us to install this live streaming setup. We started simple DJ live streaming on Twitch. And later on we did a charity live stream for Children's Hospital where we collected over 26,000 euros in donations. And when you think about it, that's crazy because people are watching it from home and donating so much money. That's simply amazing. And we have many more ideas for the future. One of our ideas is to create hybrid events. That means having people partying here on the floor and streaming that live onto Twitch. And another idea is to have a live act here on stage and streaming that to monitors and projectors located around the club, or even onto that LED wall which you can see behind me, because with NDI it's only one click away. So I think with our BirdDog system there will be many more interesting projects in the future to come.
Okay, this is kind of a disaster. 1 second. Let me see if I can fix this somehow. Oh man, this has been such a nightmare today. I hear something. It's clearly not very, very loud. Not sure what. You know what? I think I do know why that is. 1 moment, please. Oh, guys, this has been such a morning. Such a morning, that is for sure. All right, let me see what the audio situation is. It's at 20 plus decibels, so I'm not too sure why it's so quiet. Yikes. All right, so I'm going to kill this. All right, let me explain what happened here, because this has been a mess. So I got over here about 15 minutes ago, and I had restart the vMix machine, and started the show. Everything was working just fine. Then I went and my mouse. So this is not my normal keyboard and mouse. The mouse and keyboard that I have just quit entirely. It's an HP keyboard and mouse combo, so that'll teach me. But anyways, that has been unreliable this morning. Nothing I could do brought it back. And I suspect what it was is because when I did the... Well, actually, I don't actually quite know. I'm only speculating here. But I restarted the machine, and I know that there's an update available for my Windows computer, but I was like, no, don't update. I'm only 10 minutes away. So I just did a restart just to kind of give it a fresh whatever. Everything came back. I was able to load up vMix, got it all working again, started the show, and then my keyboard and mouse, both of them quit. So I unplugged the USB thing, unplugged it back in. It's wireless, so it's like just trying to get it to all talk again. Nothing, wouldn't do it. Went into the other room and grabbed this keyboard and mouse combo, which is from our community computer room, and plugged it in. Right away, it came up. So there's no issue with the actual computer itself. Something probably local to the keyboard and mouse, the HP one. So then I'm monkeying around with it and realized that when I was troubleshooting it, I reset the USB hub that I have. I have a 1U USB hub that has like 15 inputs on it. I reset that. So now vMix dropped my audio. Okay, so every time I do something like that, play a little soundbite or something, nothing would appear in my ear. And so I was playing the Performance Horse show video, and I couldn't hear it. So I knew that my Behringer had been reset. So I went in, all the sound settings were fine. So I fired a second video on StreamYard and restarted vMix. And of course, everything came back because for some reason, vMix needs a reboot when you make one change. And so if I'm going to complain about this program, that's what it's going to be. Nothing I could do could bring back the Behringer USB interface until I restarted vMix. When I did that, everything came back. So then I'm monkeying through, and the audio is playing in vMix, and the NDI output is working and everything. Open StreamYard, go back to StreamYard, go live, and there's no audio going into Chrome, into that tab particularly. So the solution there was to re-enter StreamYard as none other than Bird Dog John 2.0 and basically enter in as a second guest. Entered the studio, everything worked. Then I troubleshot here just now, that last little bit over the final video, and then closed the original StreamYard. So yikes. I mean, that was that's some pretty intense on-air troubleshooting that has to happen sometimes. And that was stressful. And not only was it stressful, but it just kind of adds to my entire day is just booked. It's just booked. So I've got several remote sessions I'm going to be leading today because stuff breaks. And then I will also be, I've got this show, which I don't want to cancel for basically any reason. And then several remote sessions. I need to pick up my kids after school today, a whole bunch of stuff. So life gets in the way, you know. And that's just work. So, yes, my apologies for being a little late. Things fell apart. So we can't hear you. That's all good. Well, that works. I mean, if you speak clearly, we can just all follow along reading your lips and playing charades. Audio on the video. That's good news. Hey, there you go. You're back. Okay, we can hear you now. I can hear you. Yeah, this is definitely... I don't know if this monkey is waving or shaking its fist, but I definitely felt like shaking my fist. But anyways, in vMix, the USB audio driver devices we quit often have to re-add the input to get it to work again. We're able to unplug the device and reset the vMix running, but need to re-add audio input. Nah. Honestly, it's faster just to quit it and reboot it, but that's unfortunate. Now, to me, my audio seems quieter today, but there's nothing in StreamYard that's doing that. So I'm wondering if that is out of vMix. Something's changed there. I don't know. It doesn't appear that anything has changed inside vMix. So, man, that was a mess. Sorry, everybody. That was annoying. So I haven't even had time to like set up anything. Here, we'll cut over to this little guy. I haven't even really had time to set up anything. Other than, Brayton brought snacks on stream today. So we have, and look, that camera's crooked. So, good times. Good times to be really disorganized. All good. This is part of, this is real world, man. We're not, it's not all polished over here. Contrary to popular belief, everything is not just polished and perfect on the Bird Dog Live show. And I do that intentionally. That's all on purpose, and mostly just to give me an out when things don't run perfectly. We are down a man this week. My inspections agent, Balu, is taking his first vacation, real long vacation, in a long time. And so we are supportive of PTO in this office. But that means that we've all got to kind of cover and make sure that the entire office just doesn't explode without him here. So we are working on that as well, trying to make sure that his customers that he helps are also being taken care of in his absence. So safe travels, Balu. Come back safe. Hopefully you are having a great time. And he's definitely not watching this show. I think he's on the other side of the world. So there you go. There you go. Okay. So I don't know who this is. Well done. You got it. You're awesome, John. Much appreciated. Thanks, Facebook user. Let's see who is either throwing compliments or throwing shade one way or the other over on YouTube. And evidently I have to load, on Facebook. And I got to load it over there because it's not working, of course, through StreamYard this morning. So that's always fun. Always fun when things don't work. What is going on here? Get out of here. All right, user group. Comments. Brent. Oh, that's so nice of you, Brent. Thank you. I'm going to take it as a compliment because I can't afford to take it as a criticism. That's for sure. Not today. Not today. But anyways, I am excited because Mr. Brayton has indeed supplied us with a Dearborn sausages, Dearborn brand, established in 1946, shortly after the war. Established in Dearborn, Michigan, mind you. We looked it up to confirm. But here we go. They even put their own street address. But Dearborn, Michigan, just here locally, believe it or not. And these are classic hot Hunter sausages. So the rumor is that I guess I could show them on the big screen. The rumor is that, not rumor, the story goes that Brayton actually works where I used to live. And I used to live about 30 minutes away from my current house. And on the corner of the street where I used to live, there is a gas station known as the Valero. And Valero is, it's a good little multi-purpose. There is, or there used to be, like a Subway inside there, but it's north of the city. It's kind of when you start getting out of the Rochester region. So you're kind of in the country, but it's still pretty busy up there. So at the Valero gas station, apparently there is like a whole section, like aisle section and end caps dedicated to all of these prepackaged like jerkies and meats and sausages and stuff. So he stops in there because he works a part-time gig up there and is regularly passing through there. So he stops over at Valero and picks up these snacks that he's been providing for me here on the show. And so that's been really exciting. So that's where this comes from. And apparently they're stocked with local options. However, we did look up the Dearborn brand is available on Amazon. It is the picture of a cliche, Italian guy with a meat cleaver and a chef's knife on the symbol. So if you're looking on Amazon, you want to play along, then serving size, okay, well, if you're playing along, you look up Dearborn. Now be careful because there are lots of like books and other things that all say Dearborn, but the Dearborn brand obviously is what you're going to look for. Now the serving size is 1 link, which is kind of like saying the serving size of Oreos is 2 cookies. That doesn't exist. But they're 50 calories a link, and the protein is about 5 grams. So that's pretty good. 20 grams a pack. That's money well spent right there. So good stuff. Shout out to Bird Dog Brayton for bringing those along. What's going on, GoWeb? Welcome to the show. You and your daughter Sanaya, I hope you're doing well. Full-on gas station, full-on Subway restaurant, camping food and supplies, frozen foods, lots of coffee, and an entire aisle of jerky. It's true. And it's conveniently right up there next to a county park, which is where a lot of people are camping. So I'm sure they make a killing. Now, there's also a liquor store across the road, across the road. And yeah, they definitely do some business up in there. If the Valero doesn't have it, then the little market has it across the road. So it's the real deal up there. And it was convenient because I was within walking distance of those 2 stores when I lived up there. And so the only disadvantage was it's a major road that you're traveling on, and it's very busy. So if you walk there, you're kind of walking on the shoulder of an extremely busy road, and that's not ideal. But as a grown 20-something man back then, I could handle it. So not too sure I can handle it now. I actually found time for the show today, so clearly my fault that you've had all this bad luck, but at least it's up and running. What's going on, Nick? Nick Manifold, the legend from the UK over there at Holden. How are you, Nick? Good to see you, man. And hello, Fritz. Welcome back. Always a pleasure to have you around. And you're the central control guy that I probably need to touch bases with. Oh, and another side effect of this morning was that this camera, the P200, the exposure needed to be adjusted. But nothing's changed in here since then, so it may be the ambient light outside, or I might have been monkeying around with it and have totally forgotten about it. But there you go. Yes, Brayton echoes the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Nick. Hey, will you be in New York City next week? I will not. I don't have a flight scheduled for NAB New York, but I do know that there are a handful of sales guys that will be at that show for NAB, and that's always a blast. It's kind of like a sideshow, like 6 months into it, right? NAB New York happens, and it's at the Javits Center, which is really cool. But I am not slated to go to that, so I don't know who is going to be there. I'm pretty sure Monty will be there. Probably Robert. I don't know that for sure. Maybe Jake. But yeah, I don't know. But I won't be there. I appreciate your sentiment on that. It is indeed a compliment. We all have issues. It's how do you deal with them that matters. You got it sorted. That's and made the episode. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I didn't bail. Yeah, I didn't bail. Not this time, at least. Truthfully, I try to do the show because it puts me in a good mood. So not only is it beneficial for me, but my coworkers as well. Sure, they appreciate it. All right, cool. So there's all that. Let's do this early. It's 11:30. I wasted like an extra 15 minutes, so I should probably give you an extra 15 on the back end of this, at least till 12:15 today, folks. But let's go early on Snacks on Stream, because then I can enjoy these for the next 45 minutes. And I don't have to rush it at the end, which is normally what happens. So let's run this, and then I'll talk about the rest of my technical woes here this morning. Alrighty, so today, provided by Bird Dog Brighton, we have Dearborn sausage links, 5 grams of protein per serving. Yeah, here we go. So we're going to give this a try and see what happens. Let's just double check something here real quick. Wait. You didn't see the Snacks on Stream video? What happened here? Hang on, let me test this. That's weird. It definitely is playing. Really? Yes, video, no audio. Mic is on, no video audio. What? All signs point to yes in vMix. Hang on. Oh, that's going to drive me crazy. Man, I can't win today. Because... And now there's no audio again? Good golly, man. I cannot win. All right. Let's try this one more. I'm not going to show the bumper. I just want to test it. Okay, did you hear that? Because it definitely showed that the audio was going out with Snacks on Stream. But if you didn't hear that, still no here. What is going on? Nothing's changed. Nothing changed with that video. Let me see what the heck might be happening here. Audio settings. It shouldn't. No auto mix. All this is off. It's 100% playing and showing that it's playing. Like it shows it going out on the main output. So you guys can see the video but not hear the audio. So something's happening to the audio between. Man, this one's that one's gonna bug crap out of me. And you could hear my chair like squeaking and carrying on, because I was trying to be all slick and fix another technical issue that I'm having. But evidently that didn't also work. It's a good thing I didn't say anything during that portion. That'll teach me. But I could definitely, like, if I could turn on my monitor, I can hear myself. When I play that video, Snacks on Stream bumper, it definitely shows that it's being put out the master. Oh, man. Oh, there was an open mic while you were playing the video. Let me look at my... Oh, you know what? You little monkey. You know what it is? My microphone changed I know what it is. My microphone changed in StreamYard. Because the audio in the... I know why. Good golly. Gosh darn it, I'm so frustrated. Why is that? So the microphone that I've selected inside StreamYard is now the off of the Behringer, which is the default. But I typically use the vMix NDI output because on the audio side of things, there is no vMix main mix out. You know what I mean? So there's no main mix out on vMix, and so I have to select NDI webcam 1. The problem is that it's not, the NDI webcam audio is not being output, like it's not outputting for some reason. So if I go to here, go to the NDI webcam, I say audio, I say all channels plus 20 decibels. That's why it's quieter. That's why it's quieter. Because it's a different audio stream. Steady. All right, so how can I get this to hear the audio though? So if I go here, let me just listen to Stream Dude Studio vMix output 4. The audio is being played out of vMix. I can see the bars on the left hand side. Okay? So is that going on Bird Dog John and not Bird Dog John 2? So Bird Dog John original is dead. I killed him earlier in the show. You can still hear your mic behind it. Yes. So I've sorted out which it is. The problem is that when I switch it over in StreamYard to webcam 1, I think it kills the audio. I mean, I'll test it. Any meters totally shows no audio coming through inside Chrome. How to fix that? Let's try something. This might really screw things up. Let's try something. Let's run a really short video. Here we go. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so we're still on the default, but does webcam? Nothing is working for... We hear the video. No microphone that we can tell. Yeah, because I killed the main... Hang on. Yeah, because that video was in StreamYard. So this is a Chrome issue where Chrome is not seeing the audio. Man, that's annoying. I got to restart Chrome, unfortunately. Okay, so how do we do that? Well, let me show you. So I'm going to log into a second computer in this instance, I guess. That's over on the other side of my office. This is the NUC that I used to use for this purpose. And you know what? We may be going back to this machine. I was trying to be all slick about this and not have to remote into two computers. However, this has exposed a problem with this flow. Hello, flow. So let's NDI webcam. Let's open this up. This is show. Oh, you know what? NDI webcam, and then I want to pick video and audio and vMix output. The problem being is that it's not seeing. Huh. Interesting. It's not seeing the 7 network. So let's have another little look-see, see what we can come up with. Okay, they're both here. Let me look inside Studio Monitor, see if I can see my cameras. Yep, I sure can. So Stream Dude Studio. Oh. Well, now I'm in a mighty fine pickle. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do then. Okay, so let's put on this camera. And my audio is probably going to be muted when I do this. But you'll see my face, and you'll see me frustrating me trying to figure out, okay, so this is going to be bird. This is bird. Oh, audio's on that TV over there. Let's just turn that screen off. Okay, so this is Bird Dog John 3.0. Hey, everybody. And this is so fun. Okay, so now we get to shut down Chrome on this machine. And this is Bird Dog John 2. However, there's no audio. Wait, there is audio. How am I doing that? Wait, there's audio? There is audio. And it works on the NDI thing. Okay, so now, oh my gosh, let's just try.
John's just making up stuff to start drama.
Look. Now my mic is gone. Of course it is, because the video... We're 45 minutes in, folks. Okay, so the real issue is that computer doesn't see vMix, the vMix output on... And wait a minute, I have the stinking Zendesk. This thing didn't even alert me. It's probably because I'm listening through an IEM and jeez. It's flashing, but I can't hear it on the desktop. I'm so very annoyed. The irony too is that I'm listening to the show on my phone, and yet my brain did not register. Okay. So video and audio are now back, and the videos work. I just have to remember to unmute myself when I come back from video. And I know to do that because the end of the video is when I unmute and I talk over the end of the video typically and introduce. We haven't even opened this thing yet. It's just been troubleshooting today. I mean, all I can do is laugh, because if I don't laugh, I'll cry, and that nobody wants to see that this early in the morning. And the other problem that I'm having is that when I switched over my keyboard and mouse, I plugged them directly into the Stream Dude's USB ports that are on the front of the chassis. But unfortunately, that Stream Dude's machine is inside a network cabinet because it's a 2U unit. And now they're struggling to connect to the computer. So it keeps like and like all across the screen and everything. That I thought was going to be, it's like in the movie Apollo 13 when the center engine, the number 5 engine shuts down, and then they say, we'll be fine as long as we don't lose another one. And then, who is it? Tom Hanks, Jim Lovell looks at his crew and says, looks like we just had our glitch for this mission. Ah, the irony. I thought my mouse being intermittently working was going to be the glitch for the mission, including the replacement of my original HP wireless keyboard and mouse. But yes, if only that was the end of it. So we're gonna partake in. I don't know. I have a pocket knife. I have a really nice pocket knife that I like a lot that I use almost daily. It's a Kershaw Leek pocket knife. It's quite thin. My dad is a proponent of thin pocket knives because you just like to keep it on, but it not be so bulky. So it's a nice thin pocket knife. It's all metal, and it has an assist open, which I won't do on camera because I feel like I'll get reported if I do that. But if you're interested in a pocket knife, I cannot recommend enough the Kershaw Leek, Leek pocket knife. I've had multiples of these, and I've lost multiples of these, which is why I've had multiples of these. But it has a little assist, an open assist, which is nice, and I'm going to use that to open up these sausages, because after that, Pandorica is correct. In celebration of finally starting the show after 45 minutes of troubleshooting live and an additional 10 prior to the show starting, it is time to try these Dearborn hot sausage links. And we're going to find out what they mean by hot down in Dearborn, Michigan. That is a solid sausage link. It's not, it's oily, but it's not super oily. So, yeah, I'm a big fan. Okay. What? I can't hear you again. Oh, dear. All right, the microphone's back. Yay, it's back. Real life. Live theater. Now have a sausage link, John, to celebrate. All right, have your snack. With all these issues, you don't want to be hungry. Actually, he wrote hangry. Well, I was getting there. Okay, so, wow. Okay, it is quite like, I don't know if it's grease or oil, but it's one of those things. But there is some spice here. It's not spicy ramen spice, but it is spice. So for those of you who have been with me for a long time, know what I'm referencing. You saw in the video that you couldn't hear me eating spicy ramen. I'm a Leatherman fan myself. Multitasking. These are good. I mean, I've eaten a lot of jerky in my day, so I do appreciate those. And I do know that this brand, at least locally here in Michigan, is very well known and liked. And so this, I think, though, maybe my first time eating these. I don't know. They're always not cheap. So, and they wouldn't be if you were doing business in Dearborn, Michigan, because Dearborn is not a cheap place to do business. So it's quite good. I like them a lot. Okay, so apart from everything kind of being upside down today, and that really is how I feel. I feel like Inside Companion, I haven't even gotten to like talk about anything yet. Inside Companion, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to change my Preview 6 and Program 6 button to be the input, this input, known as all cams. So we're going to go over to Chrome, and we're going to open this, and I'm going to change this to all cams. And here, all, cams. Now, let's see if that works. All cams. But it doesn't turn the... Oh, you know why? Because the feedback isn't correct. So, feedback, all cams, and feedback. There we go. Okay, now we're good to go. So I had that. I used to have this shot. I'm sorry. I used to have program and preview number 6 on my X keys as my starting screen. Quick way to get back to, set up for the next show, which I should pay attention to tonight after this show. But, I'm a leather man fan myself. Oh, the knife Leatherman. Got it. Correct. Well, beef jerky's good too. But hey, I thought you meant like beef leather because I was currently eating a sausage. Here, we'll have one more. There's a little kick to these. So Dearborn knows what's up. When you put, like this would be not a mild. If I was rating this would be a medium heat. Hot, which is what this is rated, by the way. So right here, it's a big red dot that says hot. I don't know if you can see that, but hot should be like uncomfortable, This is not uncomfortable. This is delicious, but it's definitely a medium heat. Okay, so did you not put up the heat map today? When have I had a chance to put up the heat map? No, Fritz, I didn't. Let me do that. So I feel like every time I open this, because the form is called Where Are You From? And every time I open it, I hear Dave Matthews' Where Are You Going in my head. And that's not the same thing, I know, but it's something similar. So let me make this full screen. We are now accepting responses, and overlay 3 should give you an idea as to, if you scan that. And for those of you who also want a link in the chat, I will do that and put that up on birddogjohn.tv. Do me a favor while you're over there and subscribe to that channel. Actually, several of you did this past weekend. Shout out to whoever did. I haven't even looked at what the count is, but it is pretty stinking cool that, that's Twitch. Bird Dog John, this one. Bird Dog John. And here it is in the chat. Have your snack. Thank you. So there, over on birddogjohn.tv, there is a link in the chat if you would like to follow along. And then here, that's not the one. That's the one. Wait, can you still hear me? I want to make sure, like, now I'm all paranoid. Yeah, okay. So this is the link. This is the heat map for this QR code. It basically gives you the option to put a pin where you are. It's 2 simple questions. Which country are you in? What's the closest city to you? And it'll put a dot on that city. It's kind of a fun little experiment we do. Find out where everybody's checking in from. All right. I will jump over back to the chat. Thanks for reminding me, Fritz. Hey, I like your new QR code with the logo. Thank you. That is supplied by none other than the one and only Josh Bernstein. So shout out to Josh. He's always a useful person to have around, proving himself to be more and more useful every day. You guys don't know the half of it. Okay, so let me just check the chat. All right. So far, this chat has been about my microphone not working, my technical problems. Oh, there, a little peppercorn went down the wrong tube, and then the heat map. So here we go. It only took us an hour to sort all that out. Oh, somebody, that must be Nick over in the UK. Right? Nick, is that you? See, this is what I'm talking about. My mouse, I can't. Yep, Manchester, probably. Here's that logo one more time that Fritz is referencing. If you scan that QR code, then we can find out where you're at in the world. It's a fun little game that we play. Anyway, maybe that should be my sound effect, the Seinfeld transition sound effect. When we go to the heat map, just the one little stance from Dave Matthews saying, where are you going? To change topic, the Play Firmware 30 is great. Hey, that's me. Hey, what's going on, Nick? Always a pleasure. So, tell me, Fritz, what do you like about 30? And what have you noticed? Any additional thoughts on anything that's not fixed that you've noticed? Might as well say it. Give me both. Give me pros and cons. I don't have coffee today, and I should, but we learned our lesson with spicy ramen that you don't drink hot coffee while eating spicy food. And these medium spicy, technically they're labeled as hot, but these medium spicy links are delicious, by the way. So shout out to Brayton. Good find. And also the Dearborn company. These are the classic Hunter sausages, and they definitely taste that way. Are they venison or what? Pork? Wait, what? How are they Hunter sausages if they're pork? Pork contains 2% of less of salt, natural spices, sugar, water, garlic, monosodium glutamate, flavorings, sodium something, non-fairy dry milk, sodium nitrate, and stuffed in colored beef casings. So these Hunter sausages are not venison or elk or anything. You don't hunt pigs unless, well, maybe in Texas you do. But wild boar. There you go. There's an idea. It's stable, fast response, solid video. Yeah, I love the splash screen customization. Okay, that is a feature that we begged for a long time, and then we had a big installation where it was required. And so that was the catalyst to get that done. And yes, it is so nice to have us up, because look, we get a lot of people that tell us we're using these for signage. That's what we're using Play for. We're sending an NDI signal out through vMix or out through something. It's generating an NDI output, and we link that to all of the plays. We're using it for signage. If it fails, it would be nice to have a JPEG or something that it would fall back to, that it looks nice. It's our JPEG. It's something we designed. It looks nice in front of the customer, but the technician knows there's a problem. So that's where that came from. And Yeah, it's I think it's probably one of the best ideas that came out of this latest firmware iteration, but it took a long time to get there. So I'm happy. I'm so happy that it's working. So is that pig stuffed inside of cow intestines? Yeah, maybe. This isn't Europe. We just use fake beef casings over here. MSG. I'm a fan of its rehabilitation. Okay. I'm happy for you for that. Yes, but these if you're in the market and you want to have Amazon ship you some, classic hot Hunter sausages are worth a try. If you find them locally in Michigan at a gas station, it's probably cheaper. So there you go. There you go. All right, we'll go back to the heat map shortly, probably near the end of the show. So still fill out the little QR questionnaire. Always helpful to have this information. Find out who's watching. And your pin on the heat map will be immortalized in the YouTube archives and the online stream. So there you go. It'll be there forever. All right, back to the chat. And just going to... Oh, yeah, I was going to go over to birddogjohn.tv and take a little look-see at the subscriber count, because I know I got some messages. I'm betting it's 337, because I think 335 was last week's, and now StreamYard's having an aneurysm. So let's go to YouTube. No, let's go to birddogjohn.tv and get redirected over there. Maybe it won't let me do that. There it goes. Okay. Whoa, 345. Whoa, that's way different. Okay, I thought it was 335 on Friday, and now we're up 10. So, hey-oh, that's pretty fun. Can I look at the account on this side? Add account. Ugh. Blech. All right, let's log in here to the Googles and go to my creator suite. Your studio, currently live. 22 new subscribers in the last month. And my top video in the last 48 hours is why I left OBS for vMix with 83 views. Let's go. That's fun. So let's see. Oh, look, there's been a fair bit of traffic already on Fall is in Full Swing. But this one should be live. Should it not be live? Let's look at my channel real quick. Yeah, currently live. So there you go. It shouldn't be done, that's for sure. Yeesh. All right, cool. So just want to look at these stats real quick just to see. I'm way ahead of what I thought I was at in terms of subscribers. Now, again, 345 subscribers is not a very big number in the YouTube world, but in the NDI support for a specific brand world, I don't think there's a benchmark for that. So I definitely think that's worth mentioning. Thank you to anybody who has gone over and subscribed to the birddogjohn.tv YouTube page, because that is very much so appreciated. I'll pop that up there so you guys can see the exact link. And then, yeah, if I go to my actual channel, view the studio, had a little chatter in on one of the videos. Somebody was chatting to me from Wellington. And then if I just click on analytics, yeah, I'm up 500 more views than usual over the past 28 days. I'm up in watch time, almost double what I normally am in the last 28 days. And I'm keeping pace with what I normally, with the growth rate of my channel this month. So that's pretty exciting. Man, I really appreciate everybody that's doing that. Whoever you are, it is appreciated. Thank you. So yeah, the channel's slowly growing, and that's fun. It's fun to watch that happen. And so, yeah, good stuff. Good stuff, everybody. All right, well, happy to chat about whatever you'd like. The Fritz has already kind of mentioned Play version 30, which is the latest public release for Bird Dog Play, and that has been received quite well from folks. And we haven't got a ton of how did Senseless put it the other day? He said, when we launch a firmware and I don't feel absolutely completely overwhelmed, I know that it's been a pretty good launch. And it's true. I mean, it's a gauge. And then I joked and said, yeah, from now on, that's how I'm going to gauge whether or not we had a solid firmware launch, is how stressed is Clay. The Clay scale. That's definitely that's going to have to happen. So good stuff. Presuming no official word on the X120 yet, I know it's being shipped to distributor centers, but when are we actually getting it? It's not specifically at you, but anyone from Bird Dog who can answer that. So it is being shipped to distributors. That's like a 2-week process, but that is underway, and I believe I said that last week. So we should be pretty close to that benchmark. Whether it's ready to launch on the website and it's ready for sale, that's the next piece. I don't have one. I'm supposed to have one before launch, and so we're probably at least a week away, maybe more, because I'm supposed to get one before we go live, and my team is supposed to be able to see it and use it and break it and fix it before that happens. Now, the X120 has been delayed in its launch, and so all of those things may not happen. I don't know. I'm hoping they give us a chance to play with it before it goes live, but there's a chance that we will get it when the customer gets it. So all that means is support will be very slow initially to help. And I do want to kind of put this out there is this is a Wi-Fi enabled unit, which means that if it's a Wi-Fi problem, there's not much that we're going to be able to do other than tell you get a better Wi-Fi system. So just know that going into this, if you're planning on using it over Wi-Fi, test all day long, okay? Be sure that you don't buy the product and ship it to the customer's installation site and plug it all in and just roll with it brand new, because you're definitely going to want to get familiar with it. Make sure you know how it works. I'm going to want to get familiar with it and make sure I know how it works. So you're definitely going to want to do that. I work for the company and I'm the head of the support department, and I really want to get my hands on it and get comfortable with it. So you should also want to get your hands on it and get comfortable with it before you put it in the pilot seat of some customer out there in the interwebs. So heads up, be sure that you plan to get familiar with the product, because that's always going to be required. Let's have a little look at the heat map just before we kind of head towards the end here. I did say 12:15 we would go to, because I definitely robbed you of 15 minutes at the beginning of the show with all of the technical problems. But hey, sometimes I think I don't know what I'm going to talk about, and you know. Don't worry, son. The Lord will provide. That's how I feel. I just felt like, don't worry. There will be a ram in the thicket. That is for sure. Good stuff. All right. So I'll stop likening myself to biblical characters, but that is definitely what I feel like. But hey, look at where you guys are at on the map. That's so fun. And let me put that QR code up one more time, just in case you missed it. Scan that QR code. You're going to get a 2-question form on Google Forms. Hey, what country are you in? And what's the closest city? Hey, we have somebody in South America. How cool is that? Let's find out exactly. Bogota. All right. Very cool. Welcome to the show. I want more representation from South America. I always feel like you guys are underrepresented. So thank you so much for checking in. Always appreciate that. And you know who we haven't heard from today is Angus out in Edmonton, which means that he's definitely got something cooking over there in Western Canada. So much so that it's taken him away from us. So everybody, thoughts and prayers to Angus. Hopefully he's surviving out there in the prairies of Western Canada. Good stuff. Yeah. What a show, guys. What a show. You know, if it was all if it was all polished up and just perfect, you'd probably fall asleep to the subtle tones of Bird Dog John's voice, and you'd probably have to have a mid-afternoon nap just to recover from a show that is so overly polished that it's boring to watch. And you know, I don't want to provide that. I want to keep you on your toes. You never know what you're going to get here at birddogjohn.tv. So be sure that you hang on to your butts, because you never know what you're going to get around here. Kind of like this reference, by the way.
Hold on to your butts.
So that's what, yeah. Sidebar, my wife and I watched the new unofficial retelling of Jurassic Park via Lego, which is available on Disney Plus. And we thought the other night, you know what, we could probably show this to the kids, but let's preview it first, as parents should probably do. And we thought it'd be pretty safe. There are obviously there's a lot of people getting eaten in the real Jurassic Park movies. So yeah, we wondered how they're going to handle that. It is voice actors pretending to be the actors from the show. Just watch out. They do a pretty good job. I wish they had acquired Jeff Goldblum, but they didn't. And so there are several people on the, you know, Instagram and all these social media platforms that are imitating him. And so they found somebody that could do his voice, which I thought was good. But, and of course, AI is coming up with, they put in all the video, all the sound bites from all their movies, and then they can basically make someone's voice say or do whatever they want. That's a technology that's actually been around for quite a while, but right now they're using it as a way to produce content, which is upsetting a lot of the writers' guilds and such out in California, rightfully so, I guess, because they can use their voice without having to pay them. So yeah, I definitely think that the Jurassic Park, the unofficial retelling of Jurassic Park via Lego, it's cute. The death scenes were funny because they were like, and yeah, he went off and had tea with the dinosaur and Dennis, who we never heard from again. That's their line. So it's funny, but it's also, yeah, very strange. So, and it's 22 minutes, so you really can't go wrong. You know, if it's 9:30 and you have a 10 o'clock bedtime, you know, you can watch the thing in its entirety and then go to bed and you'll be fine. So there's a Lego remake of the movie Unstoppable. API function next term. Okay. That one I'll have to check that out afterwards. Oh, next item. Sorry, I read that wrong. Next item. That's great. All right. Well, I'm going to bring the map down just for another minute or two. We are officially at 12:15 according to my clock, which maybe we're a minute over. 12:14 on my watch. So let's wait. Let's just wait. It's not officially 12:15. And I told you I would give you to 12:15 today because of the debacle that was. But I need to figure out what happened to my wireless keyboard and mouse. I mean, perhaps this is the time in which I should purchase a wired keyboard and mouse because, and the irony, okay, so this little Logitech keyboard and mouse, the mouse wasn't working well. And it actually isn't hereditary to just this mouse, but that mouse, my HP mouse, was also giving me an issue. So what I did is I ran a USB cable up to my desk and plugged in the little receiver right here. So it's literally right next to my keyboard and mouse. And I do mean literally. It is physically sits on my desk next to the keyboard and mouse. And that connection has usually been great. And then I was trying to be all slick when I played the Snacks on Stream video, and lo and behold, I grabbed the wrong USB port that was sitting in the computer, and so now it's still not fixed. So I got to figure out what's going on here. I need a wired keyboard with USB port, because then you could get a USB port and then you could plug a USB mouse into it, and then it would never die and never need charging and never be a problem. So I'll have to put that on the shopping list, I guess. Figure out what the deal is with that and get a little more resilient. Now, somebody gave me a Logitech M3 keyboard and mouse, wireless keyboard and mouse. So that thing is pretty sweet. MX. And yeah, that thing is sweet. The problem I have with it is it's very expensive. And so I wouldn't own it unless somebody gave it to me. And somebody did give it to me. So yeah, that's why I have one. But that is at home because I've got multiple machines at home. Oh, there's a mini version. Is it mini the price? No. And the original. So the original MX keys is $105, which is the one that I have at home. And then I was also gifted the mouse, which is also $100. So $200? Yeesh, that seems like a lot. However, I could, in theory, attach it to this computer and that computer over there and just have to switch a button to control those machines. Tempting. Anyway, I need to just think this workflow through a little bit better because I definitely don't have it all sorted out. My keyboard and mouse died, and I was rendered useless for an extra 5 minutes this morning, be it while the show was functioning and going and playing music. So that was annoying. Okay, now it's 12:17, so officially we have done the hour show. And thank you, everybody, for jumping on and chatting and working through all my technical issues. Always appreciated. Here is the that heat map one more time. Thanks for playing along. We've got a good group of folks here that are checking in every week, it seems. Every show, twice a week for that matter, because the show does go twice a week. Tuesday, Thursdays from 11 to 12 at least, and in this case, 11:15 to 12:15 right here, birddogjohn.tv. That is the YouTube channel for this show. So everything I do happens at that spot. So you can go over there, subscribe if you could, but then you can also set the notification stuff so that you get updates. Like I get a notification when the stream goes live. Hey, Bird Dog John's going live. And that's just a helpful thing that I don't have to rely on for anybody I follow. Obviously, I know I go live, but for anybody that I'm following, it's helpful to just kind of get that notification on my phone, which also happens to be on my watch. And yeah, it's all good. So keep yourself in the know. If this is a show that you'd like to attend, we would be happy to have you. It's only an hour. It's supposed to only be an hour. Sometimes it goes a little longer than that, but it's only supposed to be an hour. And now that trade shows are kind of coming to an end, we might get a chance to have Jake back on the show to talk to us about cloud, which is something we've been trying to do for a long time. And also, GoWeb has asked me to do some shows on software. And so those will be coming up in the near future. And also, I am potentially thinking about doing a Halloween special, which would be in 2 weeks on Tuesday, because that is officially Halloween. And so we might do a Bird Dog Halloween special. And I don't know what I'm going to do for that other than calling it a special. So I'm open to ideas. Let me know, guys, if you have any thoughts on that. Speaking of voice AI, did you see Adobe now has a dub feature that will take your voice and convert it to other languages? So you hear yourself speak Spanish and German. It's good to expand. It's going to expand on YouTube. I think that is great because one of the complaints that I have been given is that this show is untranslatable into other languages. And I agree. If you were to try and translate everything that I say on this show, that would not go well. So yeah, it would be great if we get a computer to generate that and I could output those in other languages. There's definitely a market for the Spanish market, Portuguese and German and French. Those are all languages I've heard we need native content in those languages. I'm sure there's dozens others, but yes, I did see somebody posted something on like social media and I saw that happening. But how quickly it happens, like how quickly it renders and does it, and then how accurate it is, because obviously I don't speak those languages. So I would definitely need to make sure that somebody was like, yeah, that it's making mostly making sense. So that would be cool. But yeah, I'd be interested in finding out more about that language dub feature. That'd be great. Okay. My day isn't this is one thing of like 60 things that are going on today. So I do need to probably quit here and get on with those meetings that I have lined up. Thank you so much for everybody that's come to hang out today and walked through my troubleshooting woes. You saw it live here first, folks. We definitely fumbled through it as we do, but I'm very happy that you stuck with me until this point of the show. Thank you for following along. And until next time, hopefully life is treating you pretty well. Take care of yourselves, though, and take care of each other. It's really important that you look out for those around you, and they would appreciate it. So would I. So do that for me, and we will see you on Thursday around 11 o'clock Eastern Time, as long as everything turns on next time. You will see me at 11 o'clock Eastern Time on Thursday. Hopefully, I won't need to be provided a topic like I was today, like the ram in the thickets, and we shall get after it again on Thursday. Bring your questions. In the meantime, if you have additional questions that you need answered between now and Thursday, hit up help@birddog.tv. There are agents standing by to answer your email questions. So, yeah, let them know what's going on. Otherwise, bring it here on Thursday, and we'll help you out with it. So, be well. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other, and we'll see you in a couple of days. Bye, guys.
Serenity now, insanity later.
I have spoken.